Hello everyone, welcome. I have brought you here today to the trial for Yes Paste. And during this trial, you are going to serve as the judge. Yes Paste is being represented by himself and will give us all his reasoning behind his ability to work here. And we also have the prosecution, who will be me. Of course, I'm also the others too, but you know how that goes. Anyway, so let's just proceed and we will see how effective Yes Paste is on gluing down to paper. The paper I'm working with today is just 24 weight pure black paper. I got it at Michael's. So that is where we're going to glue things down to. And I like tearing my paper in half when I'm gluing most of the things down. It gives me a smaller piece of paper to work with, and I just do a lot better with smaller pieces of paper. So, all right. So, would the defendant please rise and explain to us why you feel you should not be charged with ineffectiveness?
Well, I come complete in a tub with, how many ounces do I have? 1 pint, all ready to go for your crafting abilities. You want to be sure you don't let me freeze, but I am ideal for scrapbooking, 100% acid-free, perfect for archival work, won't wrinkle light or delicate materials. That's a very, very, very important fact that will win this case for me. Non-toxic, actually water-based, and can be thinned down if necessary. No solvents, dries clear, very easy to clean up, and recyclable. It is produced by the Gain Brothers in Lane in USA. So those of you who are living in the USA and you want to buy USA products, this would be perfect for you. You would have directions on how to proceed on the back of my jar. You just simply make sure your surfaces are clean and ready to be glued. Apply with a brush and place the materials in the desired position. Then clean up excess paste with warm water. Use thin, even coats. Keep consistently covered when not in use. Use at room temperature. Probably shouldn't be shipped in the winter. And may be diluted with warm water if necessary. However, additional water can make your projects wrinkly. That is all I have, Your Honor. All right. Prosecution's term to present to you all. Prosecution wants to call first a few witnesses. The first witness the prosecution calls is Yoo-hoo glue stick. This one happens to be the magic blue glue stick. So it is blue when it's put down on paper, and when it dries, it becomes clear. Unless you leave the lid off, and then it dries up. I like the magic blue part, because it's very easy to see where glue has been applied, which is why they do it that way. However, if those of you who like to shop in the USA, US citizens, this is made in Germany. Not a lot of information on the outside of the packaging, except that it is 98% natural ingredients. So if that's important to you, this might be something you would want to consider. However, when it is used, you get a lot of paper wrinklage. These have dried overnight after use with Yoo-hoo, and they're stuck well. I mean, no doubt about it sticking. Got a little extra glue there, but it's going to be cut out, so it will not matter. However, it does wrinkle your paper. You can put it under flat paper, and usually it'll straighten right back out, but it is a little on the annoying side because of that. All right. We'd like to call our next witness. The next witness is Halal glue, which is an all-purpose universal glue Pretty sure it's not made in the United States. However, it does have quite a bit of information on the back. And I'm looking for the English. Here we go. It is a strong, quick, and clean. It glues paper, cardboard, leather, wood, ceramics, glass, and several plastics. I did not see material there. However, I myself have used this on material and lace. And yes, it'll make it a little stiffer, but it does glue it down and work well in small amounts. This should be used in a dark, cool, stored in a dark, cool, and ventilated place. Highly flammable, can cause drowsiness or dizziness. Maybe I've sniffed a little much, and that's why I'm doing a trial today, but who knows? Anyway, stay tuned to after the trial, because I'll tell you where I've been, catch you up on my news, and let you know what I got coming up in future videos. All right. So, claw glue. Claw glue does not have any evidence for resent, Your Honor. Okay, we got the facts. That's all we needed. Yes, thank you, defendant. We don't need your 2 cents at this time. I object to you talking back to the judge. Okay, so the prosecution would like to take out some little things that need backed here. And we are going to see how well this the yes paste does in action. These digitals that I'm using, that's for something else. The cats came from the freebie from the Paper Outpost. There were several different small sizes there, even one so large as this. All the same image on the paper, just a variety of sizes. Clear down to maybe 1.5 by 1.5 or 2 by 2, quite small. This one is approximately 3 by 3.25. And then this guy, this big one, is 4.25, probably by a little over 4. Probably a 4, and I'd say half of a square is 1/8. So, there we go. Now, yes paste comes in. I just had this open. I kid you not. It was just loosely put on here. Oh, man. Hey, Sharon. Yes. This must be the way this is. I'll cut this part out. But can you loosen that for me, please? All right, I want to roll here. Okay. All right, we're getting ready to go. See ya. Okay. Took a little working to get that yes paste off there, but it is now fine after we called in some extras for technical difficulties. Sometimes that happens when you film trials, you know. All right, so we're going to get the yes paste here. I have it sitting right here in its nice little tub. I have this little brush that I often use for Mod Podging or painting when I want to put on large amounts. So I'm simply, now, I already did this myself, but I wanted to show you all. See how, I want thick? I mean, it's almost, it feels to me even thicker than petroleum jelly, but that's kind of what it reminds me of to look at it and see it. So, get my little napkin here from the side, and I'm going to apply the glue directly to my papers so that you will see that I've seen it in action, though I've not tried myself. I have witnessed the action, and it does not wrinkle your paper, folks. It's quite impressive. The cost for some might be a bit concerning. I got mine on special. However, it
could cost up to $30 for a tub, pint-sized tub. However, I also think this pint-sized tub, especially if you can dilute it with water as it ages, that it actually is really going to last us for quite a long time, for sure. Okay. All right, got that got that applied. And now I'm just going to push it right down onto the paper. And I do have a little metal ruler here. I'm just going to run my metal ruler over it because I don't see my little glue assistance here. So I'm just going to push it down. That way, if I have any globs of paste, I'm pushing down pretty good. That way, if there's any globs of paste, it will come right out. And I know it's not dry. It doesn't take a long time to dry, however. It doesn't really say. It's not wrinkling. I mean, it's not wrinkling. So let's even put a larger one on this so we can be sure we don't see any. And we're going to put it right about here so that I know I'm wasting a little paper, but that's okay because I want you to see that the paper is not going to curl up on itself. So let's get the glue on the back. And I'm cutting all these out, so I'm not worried about getting extra glue on my black paper. However, if you are not, then you might want to get yourself a glue page, because you still want to take it just like you do your glue sticks all the way to the edge. Now, I will say there's a disadvantage in that you can't see where you've already applied it, so you gotta sometimes take it out of the light and check it out. Objection, Your Honor. This is taking way too much time for them to prove this. No, you can't object. When you're representing yourself, you can't give those objections. You got to give them time to provide their evidence, as you have already said that you do. Okay. Almost got this one covered. But you can even see when I'm applying it to the back side of this piece of paper that the paper itself is not even wrinkling up on me once I get the glue on. You know how when you use a glue stick and then you go to pick your paper up and it almost curls in, depending on how big it is, it will curl up into a roll for you? Well, that is something this does not do. And you all could probably apply this much faster than I, because if you don't know me with my channel, I have a form of muscular dystrophy. So my muscles are much weaker than the average person. And sometimes I have to enlist a little help from others to open jars or get out products or things like this. Okay, let's see here. Again, I'm going to take my ruler. I was just pressing it down there. Take my ruler here. And I'm going to push it down. I'm getting extra paste to come out there. And if you did, I don't think I got enough under any of my corners, so I'm going to redo my corners here. I'm always really bad about not getting the corners well. So make sure when you're putting either glue stick or using a paste of some kind or even Fabri-Tac that you get your But yeah, you get these little things I'm working on and get enough glue under them, and that way you can just push them down. I'm not, as you can see, I'm getting a little bit each time I put my brush down in here. I'm kind of like pushing the brush points down into that glue since it's a little, it's not really solid, but it feels that way. Yeah. And you can see I'm getting, you know, lots of glue on here. And again, I don't mind the extras because all that's going to do is be cut off there. So I'm not worried. And I'm going to cut them off and ink the edges. So let's get you pushed down good. And we need to come out each of these corners. Get rid of my brush here. Come out each of these corners with our little scrapey doohickey. I guess the official name for this would be metal ruler, however. And I do the same thing whether I'm using paste or glue stick. I do the same technique where I will push it down with something after I've applied it to the paper. I just don't apply it and lay it aside. I make sure it's got the good amount of glue where it needs to be, and we are going to set this over to the side. But as you can see, this one right here, which is starting to dry, there's no wrinklage. I mean, see if I get the paper so where you can see. Yeah, I mean, really there isn't. Compared to, and this has a couple small things and a bigger item on here. Compared to this one, where you do have quite a bit, especially where the bigger pieces are. See how it's warping up? So, you have been presented all the evidence. Leave it up to you. You be the judge, and you decide what is best for you in your craft room and what kind of glue is going to work. Because different glues will work differently in different environments. I'm on that glue journey right now. And you might see more trials like this on my channel. I'd like to welcome any of my new subscribers since I have not posted a video. And I'm going to give you a little explanation as to why I haven't posted a video. My partner and I were sitting in the living room one night watching television. And the next thing you know, we have smell this horrible, horrible smell. Smelled like something had died in our house. An animal maybe or something. So he went downstairs to investigate. And he discovered that there was several inches of sewage in our basement. Yep. However, it wasn't our sewage. The sewer line in front of my house on the city's property got blocked, and they had to send someone up the night it happened to run a machine through to clear it out. And as soon as they cleared it out, all the water left the basement. So now we had to contact a cleanup crew, get it cleaned up, and I'm waiting to hear back from contractors who are going to come and give us estimates on what it would be to get the basement back to where it was, or at least partially. My basement was fully furnished. And it seemed like that after that, things just kind of went downhill from there. And I've had some health struggles, but I'm doing better, doing great. I don't really like to talk about, I share that I have muscular dystrophy, but personal health issues, I don't share those kinds of things. Specifics, about anything to do with my health, unless it's something I want to educate you about. So there is that. And that's why I haven't been making videos. However, I'm going to let you know my goal. And my goal is to start getting more videos out. So please, if you're a new subscriber, join my channel. You'll help my subscriber count to grow. It costs you nothing. It gets me nothing but views and more exposure out there on YouTube. YouTube has logarithms that you have to, that kind of do things on their own depending on what you do. So logarithms, though, go by how many videos you post, how many shorts you post, how many subscribers you had, how quickly you get your subscribers. All that plays into it somehow, I'm sure. So help me out. Be sure you at least like and subscribe and share my video with someone, or kind of help me get the word out there. I've been talking about a giveaway, and what I have decided, last I looked, I was at 275. I'm not sure where I am today. I honestly did not look. However, here's my pledge to you. I'm giving away a $25 Amazon gift card that you will find out how you can win it when it's time to do that. And I'll be doing that after I hit my 5,000, or excuse me, after I hit my 500 subscribers. So all I need to do is double it up, guys. So the sooner you get that, the sooner you get yourself a gift card prior to Christmas. So that's the scoop for the most part. And interestingly enough, the poop scoop, yeah, I had to do it. Sorry, but I did. I mean, I couldn't let that one go, you know? So anyway, I'm really excited with Halloween coming. I know this was just a simple video today, but sometimes it's easier to get back in the swing with something simple. And I got a lot of fussy cutting to do tonight while I'm watching TV, or while I'm sitting here in my craft room listening to music or more videos. I'm not sure which, but I do have a lot of fussy cutting to get done. And I think that's what I will be doing for the majority of the evening, is just doing some fussy cutting. So please come back and join me in the next video. I've got some exciting, I've got my Halloween journal basic construction together, but I've got some exciting ideas for tags and projects to go into this journal, like eyeball tags. You want to see what an eyeball tag is, you best subscribe and come back to my channel if you're going to see that. So, I also have a mummy tag and a spiderweb tag coming for your viewing pleasures. Probably be a couple of those in one, or a couple of different techniques in one, because I've got several things. I've got a little plan laid out that will probably get us through the rest of the year. So November, I'd like to do a November Gratitude Daily, and I've already got that constructed, or excuse me, no, I don't have that constructed. I have the digitals that I'm going to do it. I'm doing it with digitals from scrapbookingwithme.com. They have an online store. If you've not been there, check it out and go back periodically, because they've been getting different shipments of 49 in market, not old, but not brand new releases from 49 in market. And they have several of the releases that have come, like color swatch from 49 in market, and rub-ons, ticket rolls, fabric tapes. I don't have any clue what they have left, because it seems to me, because I'm not watching the video every day, but it just seems to me that I still didn't get that one little corner there. They are getting small shipments in, and when they get them in and, entered into the store, then they're coming up for sale. So I will share that video of the kit at a later date. So that'll be something to look forward to. And if I complete this journal I'm working on for Halloween pretty quickly, I have a second smaller Halloween journal that I would like to get put together. So there will be that as well. And I still have Christmas from last year that have not, well, see, you can look at the bottom of that. It really doesn't have a whole lot of warp in there either. Nope. Just very little. Very, very little. Forgot what I was saying, guys. I didn't take any notes, and I was going off the top of my head there, so the top of my head just forgot everything else that I wanted to say. So I hope you know what that would be. If you'd watch my videos, you would know how it goes at the end. So if not, I welcome you being here. I really enjoy posting videos and showing you how I do things and how I try to make things easier for myself because of my disability. So please come back and join me. If you have any thoughts, ideas, things you want to see, questions you want to ask, please message me. I have no problem answering your questions. I will answer probably 99.5% of them. Obviously, if they're extremely, extremely personal, I may not. And I'm not sure where I will draw the line, but I'm usually pretty much an open book for those who get to know me. So that's all I got for you. Hit the buttons, do your thing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye, guys. And gals, too.